Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and indeed, look at what we have here. We have one of our children who has, shall we say, leveled up to 8. Yes, she's actually age 8 now, so let's get her some... oh, wait. Yeah, riding skill, I guess? Yeah, why not? Two-handed. Ooh, nice. All right, good. Following in the footsteps of old Elias right here. Yeah, very nice indeed. All right, so obviously we are going to be seeing them in, well, basically 10 years. It's going to take a very long time for that to occur, but yeah. Anyway, we are now here at Ashford, as you can see, and I am very much ready to head on in. I have destroyed the walls, however, I have not starved out the garrison. Now, the reason why we haven't starved them out is because they actually had like 17 days worth of food, and while I wouldn't mind waiting, there's another 9 days left. Yes, another 9 days. Not particularly something that I am very much looking to do at this point. So all we're gonna do now is we're gonna go forward, full thrust through them. That is what we're going to do. We're gonna go full on, and they're not going to know what hit them, apart from a couple of swords and maybe some javelins. Yes. Maybe some javelins. We'll see. Very much depends. Hello there, friends. Ah, no, not friends. Okay, apparently you don't agree. You don't agree that that's the case. Oh, yes, interesting. Oh, nice. Hit him in the knee. That's well, that's an adventurer for you. Okay, so otherwise, let's have a look. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was actually thinking that we were by ourselves here, but we actually have loads of reinforcements coming our way. So that is perfect. Kill these. Kill that guy. Maybe we can kill these too. No? Yes. Oh, nice. Very good. I love that. Good little slash through right there. Let's try to eliminate as many people on the front line as possible so that my forces can further penetrate the enemy's defenses. That is what we want. Unfortunately, we cannot come from behind in this situation. We have to approach from the front, so they are going to see us coming. But the question is, are they prepared to take a huge load of us and make sure that they can defend significantly enough so that we can actually do a good job? It depends. It depends on if we actually get shot in the face or not by a bag of javelins. Yeah, I don't know why I was going to say bag, but yes, I'll say bag of javelins. Why not? Sounds like a good plan right there. Nice. Ooh, I'm confusing the opponent so dramatically as well with my wild flailing strikes where no one actually knows what I'm doing. Yes, including myself. Look at this though. Insane amounts of damage being done. You know, Elias, he looks old now, doesn't he? He looks old, and yes, actually he is. He's literally 60-something now, so he's getting on a little bit, you know? He's getting on a little bit, but he's still fighting like the best of them. And that's exactly how it works. That is exactly how it works. These guys, they know what's up. Veterans of the, well, martial warfare, or you know, whatever we're doing right now. Veterans of warfare. There we go. Veterans of warfare. They know what's up. Generally, anyone that is significantly experienced in any particular avenue is going to be a veteran, and they are going to be someone worthy of, you know, wisdom, advice, and, well, they're generally going to absolutely destroy anyone else at the same thing, you know, and that's exactly what's happening here with Elias. He knows how to fight, he knows how to swing a two-handed sword, and he is cutting these guys into pieces. Thankfully, we are only up against militia in these particular situations here, some of them at least. However, funnily enough, we had to fight against the garrison here. We did actually have to fight against the garrison, and surprisingly enough, we do seem to actually be doing a good job. I'm quite shocked, actually, at that, because I was kind of partially thinking that we were going to have so many issues. Very nice, vibrant colors, by the way, that these guys are wearing. It's very nice to see that, actually. But yeah, these guys really have no idea, because they are just running in straight away to us. and they are just going to continue spawning these archers, and the archers are not bothering to block at all, and it's allowing me an insane amount of kills, and it's so fun. It is so fun to actually have these kills happen at this point. Look at this. This is crazy good. Love it, love it, love it. And indeed, I think we are done. Look at this. How many... Ooh, look at that. I actually got 212 kills. That is a record for this particular series. We have not... well, with the exception of using the dragon, of course. But not using the dragon... Yeah, this is definitely a record. Someone called Giant Archer got 272 kills. I'm obviously joking. I know that there are 50 of them on the field, but still. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I love that. Okay, that was really fun, actually. Probably one of the most fun sieges I've had in quite some time. So there you go. Very good. Don't really care that much about the rewards. I mean, we've been, you know, clan tier 6 for quite some time. I actually don't know how long, but yeah, it's been quite a while. All right, so just going to be letting all these guys go. Thanks very much. And this is a town, but I don't really care that much about any of this stuff, to be honest. I have so many prisoners right now. Let's just get it. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Not too bad. And yeah, we are of course now going to take a look and see what Dawn actually has, because this is potentially the downfall of Dawn, or as I like to call it, the Dawnfall. You know, the Dawnfall. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's the point. They're done. Look at that. They are completely and utterly done. We're gonna give one of our Mormont friends ownership of Pink Maiden. And, well, obviously Ashford is going to, you know, be a thing sometime soon. Okay, so, let's actually have a look here. I'm very intrigued to see these guys. We have minus 46 relation. That's not going to work. Okay, what about Mr. Martell? Maybe he's going to minus 15. All right. What about Mr. Vaith? Let's have a look. No, that's the town. Okay, wait, this one. Yes. One relation. Okay, absolutely perfect. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look here. Dayron, there we go. I will send you... he's imprisoned in Hellholt, and the Raven won't be able to reach him. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's have a look at some of these other guys here. Do we want to get... we could get these guys. Yes, I think these fellows might actually be the way to go. The question is, I think we actually have him in our party at the moment. Yeah, 63 relation right there. Yeah, so we have him in our party right now. So what I can do is I can literally go and speak to him right away. And, oh, I could actually... no, if I release them now, that doesn't actually do anything. That's the funny thing. If I release them, it doesn't actually give you any relation at all. Which is quite surprising, because I think, personally, I think it should. But it doesn't do that. Okay, so let's have a look. There we go. 200,000. There we are. And he has now joined us. Fantastic. Him and his clan. And we should take a look at some of the other people. Oh. All of that stuff just got closed. Oh, really? Okay. I was actually going to use all of those notifications to go through a lot of the clan leaders, because it's actually a really good way of knowing who is a clan leader and who's just, you know, been, well, who's just left the faction, basically. It's a very, very nice way of doing it. But unfortunately for us, no, we won't be able to take advantage of this in this juncture. Yes, at this juncture even. Okay, so this is what we've currently got going on now. So, of course, we took Highgarden and Starfall from Dawn to begin with, and now the Reach have taken it back, which of course, it's not very nice. No, not very nice of them, but I can't really do anything about that. So we are now going to have to, let's see, can I go over there? Can I get over there in time? Do I have the ability to get over there in time? No, they actually managed to escape. Unfortunate. Okay, so yeah, all of these guys are basically all at war against us. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about them. They are just too fast. I would have to place every single person in the garrison and remove a bunch of my horses to eliminate the herding penalty. I still have a bit of a herding penalty, but it's not that significant. And yeah, I'd have to do a huge rigmarole to be able to, you know, do any of that. Oh, we've actually taken Wayfarer's Rest. Let's actually just take a quick look at what's going on here. Okay, so what's actually happening here? Okay, so they've taken it up there. This is very weird. I gotta say, I thought we already took all of this stuff. Did we not take all of this stuff already? Or was it under control of the Riverlands this entire time? I know for a fact that we have taken Horned Vale and Golden Tooth multiple times. It must have gotten... Ah, yes, as you can see, the Reach does appear to have actually done some stuff, which is very, very impressive for them, isn't it? Not exactly pleased about that, to be honest, but yeah. Alright, so... Yeah, we could get him to join us. I'm not sure if this is a... I don't want to have... Oh, it's actually going to work? 250,000? Alright, sure. The Brave Companions have joined. Okay, the Brave Companion... I had no idea they were actually a proper clan. I thought they were a mercenary band because of the name. But yeah, apparently not. Alright, okay, fine. And who are these guys? These are from the Reach. Okay, I won't be able to catch up with them either, unfortunately. Alright, so I've made my way over to Old Town. This is indeed one of the most, well, largest populated centers that the Reach has. And so, we're now going to attack. And we're going to see if we can capture it. Now, this, if it falls, is probably going to be the beginning of the end for the Reach. Unfortunately for us, they are indeed very dangerous. They are continuing to retake things that we have consistently taken, and then we retake those, and then they retake them, and so on. And so on. And so on. Yes. It happens. A lot. Well, that went actually a lot better than anticipated. I thought to myself I was going to have some big problems there, but no, we actually did pretty nicely. Okay, here we go. These are actually pretty high level people here. Mostly because we do have some vassals in the garrison here that do have some very high tier units to bring to the fight. Whoa, yeah, I knew that was going to be a bit of a problem situation there because we literally got ourselves outnumbered and surrounded, but that's okay. That's okay because I had a huge amount of fun in there. We got 131 kills and that's it. There you go. There's the victory for us. They obviously did manage to escape with 23 people. Oh, okay. I actually thought there was going to be a lot more than that, but no, we actually did a great job and we eliminated Old Town. And wait a minute, Woon's going to be going in there? Oh, that's actually very surprising. Usually he doesn't do that. Okay, that's kind of fun. Whoa, okay, wow, we lost a pretty significant amount of people in there. Alright, so I have sent a raven. I've sent a raven to someone. And I'm thinking, hopefully it's going to work out quite nicely here. I'm not entirely sure. This guy might actually be relatively good for us. If we can. I don't know whether we will. Ooh, loads of people here. Loads of people. Look at this. Guardian of Old Town. Absolutely crazy. Unfortunately for us, I just don't have enough space. I really don't. I just do not have enough space for all of these people. Obviously, I'm going to be taking them just for the sake of it, you know, just for the sake of selling them, because Old Town obviously is a town. It's in the name, of course. And we will be taking all of this. I've been trying to go to a number of the nearby towns and actually sell because we had very little money after waiting for such a significant amount of time. And funnily enough, I am still making money, but I think in general the amount of clans that we're attempting to try and persuade is taking a bit of a toll on our coin purse, as it were. So yes, we don't really want to lose all of that, do we? So let's have a look here. I am technically, let's see, how much do you think we're going to get from this? I'm just going to assume about 30,000. What do you think? Yeah. Yeah, easily. Wow, actually a lot more than 30,000. Okay, I thought, yeah, pretty nice actually, pretty nice. I'm going to just sell these guys as well. There we go, 69,000. 3 skill points in roguery, actually really quite remarkable. Usually we barely get 1 most of the time, but yeah, there you go. All right, that's very, very nice. Let's wait here for a little bit of time because I'm pretty sure that Mr. Mace Tyrell, he might actually want to come over here. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I saw his army running around a little bit. He's traveling to Honeyholt to besiege. Alright, well, he's going over there right now. Very strange. I'm not entirely sure why he would do that instead of come over here. But I know why. I know why he's doing that. The reason why he's doing that is because we are in the garrison here. If we leave the garrison, you can almost mark my words that he is going to come back. And he'll attempt to take this. But you know what? I'm going to surprise him a little bit here. I'm not going to go over there and attack. Should I go over there and attack him, actually? You know what? Maybe it would be a good idea. I don't know. I kind of want to go over to Black Crown if at all possible, and Bannerlord potentially. Yeah. The thing is, you know what? Nah. I feel like going for a field battle. Let's go for a field battle and try to attack him. Let's see what happens. I mean, I do have a bunch of giant archers, and they are so fun to play with. And I thought I leveled up actually, but it must have been our spouse that leveled up, or some companion or another. Okay, so this is obviously going to be pretty fantastic for us. We may even have the opportunity to let him go. Now, I am actually going to think about doing that because when he is eliminated, or shall we say when the Reach is eliminated, we're going to need... You know, we're going to need some servants, aren't we? Yes, we're going to... No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to need some additional vassals to fight against the next big opponent, which, of course, is... Well... the Riverlands, I guess? Kind of? Yeah. Not really. Not really, if I do say so myself. They are, you know, probably one of the smaller factions that we've tackled. Excluding Essos, of course. Okay, let's see. Are my giants actually going to do anything right here? They seem a little bit... What is going on with these small little tree stumps. That's very strange. Okay, yeah. So this is actually not working out too well. I'm going to actually tell my forces to charge straight on in here. Until they just get a little bit closer. Let's go here. Let's go here. There we go. And let's move our archers into a decent enough position like that. Then I'm going to go for a couple of nice thrown weapon kills. Oh, nice. There we go. We actually hit someone. And indeed, it was a vassal too. Okay. Can we do a bit more? Can we do a bit more than that? That's the question. I don't know. What? How did that miss? That was interesting. Okay, tell those guys to charge. My archers should do a relatively good job here. Nice. Hit him off his mount. That's perfect. Nice. Hit him off his mount too. I'm actually surprised about that. All right, very nice. Nice. That was a good hit. Whoa. Okay, I took massive damage there for some reason. Okay, so my giants should have a pretty easy time of dealing with these people, or at least they should technically have a good time. I thought I noticed some very rare units. We've never seen these guys in the series so far because they, of course, were eliminated very, very early on. And I'm talking about the Iron Islands. So the Ironborn Kraken, they are very rare. We have not seen them, so it's going to be very cool to actually witness them in action, or at least I hope so. Gonna have to tell my giants to charge in now. They've run out of arrows. I was kind of a little bit disappointed, to be honest, about their performance in this particular battle, just purely because the enemy decided to be very, very clever this time around. They pretty much stayed very far away, allowed our giants and archers to basically just waste a lot of their ammunition, and so much so that it now enables us to pretty much have no ranged capability at all, and the enemy is going to have a big advantage as a result of that. If they can leverage the fact that we have no range, and they can use range if they have. Do they have? They have 31 archers, from what I can see. Yeah, that's probably not going to be enough, to be honest, but who knows. You know, I'm actually wondering, what are these? Are these are trees, right? These must be trees. But why are they in the ground here, and why are they in such weird places? Because the only way, or shall we say the only thing that I can think of is that they've been placed there just purely to stop cavalry. Because you can see exactly what's happening. Look at this. There's a pole every, I don't know, every couple of steps, basically. And, yeah, that's very annoying, actually. That is actually extremely annoying. But there you go. All right. And I believe we're actually done. Yeah, we've eliminated over half of their forces so far. Alright, so there we go. We now get the opportunity to take these guys prisoner, and that's exactly what I will do. I am looking out for some people specifically, as I am going to be letting them go.
Stop.
Let's just make sure.
Enough. You win.
There we go. Yes. So this guy is gonna get let go, and we'll take these guys. This guy can also be let go, as well as this one. Yes, yes, Mace Tyrell. Thank you very much. Okay, so wait a second. What we want to do is, first of all, we just want to get some of these guys. For some reason, oh, I have so many prisoners. Yes. I have way too many prisoners, unfortunately, and I'm not going to be taking any of these. I just can't, you know, we're going to be taking way too long to get back to Old Town to be able to sell them, and I don't have any space otherwise. So there we go. We'll take all the loot, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to be going over to Black Crown. Now, let's actually just take a quick look at the diplomacy screen, just to have a look and actually see look at what we have here. This is utter insanity. Just think about how far we have come. Because obviously we started in Essos, and we actually had a pretty slow expansion, and then we just exploded for some reason. Yeah, when we got to Westeros, we just absolutely made, you know, so many inroads. Okay, so as you can see, they have 7 castles and 2 towns. I have no idea where all these things are actually, but yeah, we'll take a look. Where are the towns? 2 towns? Ah, this. Ah, okay. I'm not entirely sure which other town they're talking about. Let's actually just zoom out a bit. Ah, Starfort, of course. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That is actually fine. We should have a pretty simple time doing this, but obviously we have to be very, very careful here, because as you can see, we got some people trying to do things. Yeah, you know, they're trying to do things. Now, of course, because we have... Ah, yes. Someone mentioned this in the previous episode, I think. So I decided, hey, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's try to get him. So obviously, he is actually a vassal of the Reach. So it's going to be kind of difficult. Maybe? Nope. Never mind. We can't get him. Yeah. We can't get him. Funnily enough, he has literally 100 relation with us, but his other liege he's apparently happy with. So there you go. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. I think the only thing we could do is we could capture his fief, and if we capture his fief, he may become unhappy with Mace Tyrell. And that's the only way that we could really do that. Yeah, unfortunate. Alright, so it's time for us to go in to Arbor. Now, this is going to be a pretty... I feel like it should be pretty fun, because we do have water all around us. I'm not entirely sure if... oh yeah, there we go. We're going to see it in the scene itself. Very, very fun. Love that. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'm actually going to... Ooh, they've got basically no wall here. This is interesting. Alright, let's see if we can, yeah, no, not in a million years, right? No, not in a million years. The AI will not allow us to do that. They love doing that wonderful, supernatural, artificial way of blocking, but that's okay. We don't have to really worry about that too much. If I know if I was behind a shield, I would certainly not lower it if I was up against a guy that was using thrown weapons. Trying to shoot that guy. Nice headshot. Let's get another one. Nice headshot. And what about another one? Nice headshot. Okay, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. A nice headshot. Or across the board by the looks of things. Across the board. Okay. Yeah, my giants are just gonna... well, as you can clearly tell, my giants are literally just murdering them all. And there's very little that they can do. And that's kind of what... That's the purpose. That is the purpose of everything right now. We want to make sure that our enemy has nowhere to run, and they will rue the day that they attempted to attack us. It's actually super funny, to be honest, because I feel like the Riverlands has completely wasted their, well, goodwill, to be honest. Their goodwill, because technically, I mean, we were at peace with them for the majority of the playthrough. I'm actually really surprised that they decided to even declare war, because how does that make any sense? That doesn't really make any sense to me, because if you have been peaceful for the majority of the campaign, and then all of a sudden you think to yourself, oh, wait a minute, I should probably attack that extremely strong faction. That doesn't make any sense. They should have literally just sent us an alliance or some kind of non-aggression pact or whatever, and I would have been more than happy to just go forward with that. I didn't really want to attack them to begin with, because as I say, they have not been, as people would say, a thorn in our side at any single second of this playthrough, except now. And so we are now going to have to, of course, focus on them and do a little bit of damage to them and things like that. But yeah, it's not something that I really wanted to do, unfortunately. So yeah. Anyway, let's just take these guys. I'm basically just going to take all of them prisoner now, I suppose. I mean, the high towers, I mean, I kind of, I'm not sure. Garth, you know what, let's just let this guy go, just in case we do get the opportunity to persuade them to join us. It might make sense. And as you can see, we did end up losing a couple of people. I believe we lost people in the siege bombardment, by the way, not in the actual, well, in the actual siege maybe we did lose a handful, but yes, we're just going to be capturing as many people as possible so we can sell them to the ransom broker and gain another 1 point in roguery. Yes, it probably will be that, right? Yeah, we are just gaining so much cash though from this loot. It's actually bonkers. Okay, so let's see. Oh, hello there. Okay, yes, the owner of Fair Market. Apparently we've taken that now. As you can see, my vassals are actually doing something, surprisingly enough. You know, usually I have to instigate a lot of the action, but recently my vassals have been extremely active, and I am so pleased to say that, because, you know, it's one of those things, one of those really, really annoying feelings whenever you play a campaign, and it doesn't even matter whether you're playing Bannerlord or whether you're playing Warband. Both have their own, you know, idiosyncrasies when it comes to the AI and how they actually respond to various situations. And in this case, I gotta say, I'm very, very pleased, but the majority of the time, the vassals do seem to be a little bit too passive for my liking. They do seem to be, well, deciding on doing things that you wouldn't normally think that they would do. And so, yeah, that's a bit of an issue there, isn't it? Anyway, let's see. Arms dealer or dirty fighting. Plus 50% stun duration for kicking. So now, okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. This arms dealer perk is amazing if you are going to create weapons with smithing. This is obviously perfect for that. So if you have, you know, roguery skill, by all means, try to get arms dealer, you know, as fast as you can, and then you can also get smuggler connections or whatever it is. Where's smuggler connections? Is it somewhere here? Yep, there it is. Smuggler connections. This is obviously fantastic too, because as you can see, minus 50% trade penalty when you have a crime rating. So in other words, you just do some kind of crime, you gain a crime rating, and then you can literally sell weapons for an insane amount, because you obviously have minus 50%. And then you also have a minus 20% for weapons specifically from arms dealer, which then makes it 70% less penalty, which is amazing. It is extremely, extremely good. And indeed, I am going to be taking this, but I am actually going to talk about the other perk for a little bit of a second here, because this, to me, this can be useful. But I don't understand why it is at 225. Why is it a 225 perk? It should be way down here, in my opinion. Way down here at 75 or 50 or something like that. Because at 225, who cares? I don't know. Does it make a difference? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. But from my perspective, it feels like a waste of a perk slot, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, okay, so we should now make our way over to Sunhouse and or Starfall, either one, and well, hopefully this will not get taken. Arbor has been besieged or by this guy? Are you serious? Okay, I'm actually very surprised. He decided to do that by himself. That is probably not the best idea, sir, considering you are now going to get absolutely murdered. Is he actually the leader of his clan? Philip? Yes, this is him. Alright, let's have a look. He's happy with his current liege. Alright, he's happy with his current liege. Well, I suppose that means that you will now be taken prisoner, sir. I am very, very sorry for that. So I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. But yeah, anyway, so unfortunate for him that he was eliminated here, but I mean, he did try to recapture the town almost instantly, so that was not exactly great, but yeah. Anyway, let's just give this guy... Wow, loads of people are behind this fellow for some reason. He must be liked by almost everyone. That's actually crazy. Alright, so, yeah, we are going to go over to Starfall, and we'll take that next, or we'll try. Okay, so Starfall has taken a huge amount of effort to actually get ready for the siege, and they still have 800 and something in there. It's actually kind of insane. I don't actually understand how they're even doing that, but they are. There must be a huge amount of vassals in here, by the way, so we may in fact see, yeah, as you can see right here, yeah, loads and loads of vassals. We might see a defeat on our hands, just purely because I've eliminated the garrison. They are gone in terms of starvation, but apart from that, they have loads of people, as you can see right here, massive amounts of people. Whoa, I got absolutely murdered right there. I was not prepared for so much damage to come in right there, but that's okay. That's alright. As you can see, we are completely and utterly cornering the opponent, dominating them in the little section of the keep here. It's actually staggering how much damage we can even do. Look at this. We're taking basically no casualties whatsoever because our giants are doing so much work. They are literally the thing that is carrying us to victory right now, and that is indeed a victory for us right there. That is it. I was actually kind of hoping to do a little bit more in this particular siege, but you know, that was not to be the case. I got hit multiple times by very damaging attacks, and well, that's how it went. All right, so I can technically let this guy go. I think I will probably let him go, and then we can just take everyone else. I think that probably makes sense. Look at how many people there are. Look at how many people. And they also have a couple of prisoners that we can obviously let go, and we can try a little bit of something here. Yeah, wow, they've got a lot of Ironborn Kraken in the garrison. All these people that we're capturing right now, all these high-tier people, they usually would have been the people that we'd be fighting, but obviously we starved out the garrison, and that fundamentally shifted the balance of power in our favor. Really makes a huge difference. Okay, so as you can see, we've captured every single one of those guys, and now we can literally just have a nice old time. Now, bear in mind that as far as I'm aware, Arbor is under siege. It has come under siege now, and it is to be expected. Of course, there's barely any people there in a defensive way. And so, as a result, we're probably going to be seeing that get taken relatively soon, which is a little bit unfortunate, but there isn't much I can do about that. I have to move on, you know? I have to move on. I have to make these kinds of decisions, otherwise we are going to be stagnant. We are just going to be staying in the exact same place over and over again, and obviously we do not want that. We want to be able to move on and do what we can to progress in a meaningful fashion. Okay, so we're going to have to get rid of a couple of these guys, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. All right, 99,000. Look at that, 99,000. We got only 2 points of roguery skill, really? Oh, come on now. Spare it, why don't you? Yeah, well, as I've said, roguery skill is one of those that takes a huge amount of time to level up, unfortunately. But yeah, that's how it is. Anyway, So let's zoom out and actually see what's going on here. Okay, so Arbor is obviously ours, as you can see. And we now... Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, no, this is absolutely... What's actually going on here? Oh! Wow, someone actually took that. They haven't taken Bitterbridge, though. Okay, that's really, really weird. Pink Maiden over there. Hornvale, Old Oak, obviously, all that stuff. But look at what they've done to the Riverlands. I literally haven't done anything here. Why can't I see any of my... Ah, there they all are. Oh, okay. Wait, no, never mind. This is just one. What? Where are my remaining armies? They don't seem to be anywhere. Ah, no, there they are. This is very strange. I don't know why we have armies over here. I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, that is very, very cool. All right, let's take a look at the diplomacy screen, see how everyone's doing. As you can see, these guys have 3 castles remaining, and obviously the Riverlands have 1 castle remaining. And then we obviously just have the Night's Watch and Skagos itself. So that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.